Hello everyone, this is your guy again here with you, mkanu, and we are here with none other than Dr. Omega Allen. First of all, guys, before even we start talking about this wonderful lady and the history she's about to make in Jacksonville, Florida, I just want to tell you guys we love what you guys watching our videos, liking them and subscribing them, and hopefully you're going to be able to share this video that we are about to make. You guys are going to really enjoy this. So now back to Dr. Allen. By the way, guys, as you can see this, the sign behind us, Dr. Allen is running for the office of mayor in Jacksonville, Florida. And Jacksonville, Florida is the largest city land-wise in the United States. And Dr. Allen, you said it was
820 square miles.
820 square miles. So you guys are going to have a lot of information, because I know we have businesses, we have entrepreneurs that are watching, that are going to watch this video. So you guys are going to see some of the benefits that you can have to do business here in the United States, and most preferably where we want you to do it is Jacksonville, Florida. Right. So Dr. Allen, can you tell us who is Dr. Allen?
Well, I am a native of Jacksonville.
Yes, ma'am.
Graduated from William Marion Raines High School. I have an MBA from Jacksonville University.
Okay.
And I hold a PhD in public administration with a focus on municipal government, more specifically participatory municipal government. I'm a mother of 4. I'm a grandmother of 6 and a great-grandmother of 6.
Wow. That's amazing.
And the owner of a 124-pound puppy.
Oh, yes, yes. By the way, she has a big pup. When I saw that dog, I was like, whoa, this is a big dog.
I call him puppy.
Okay. So, guys, Dr. Allen, so first of all, I want you to know most of my subscribers, most of the ones that are watching my channel, they're like African Americans. But African Americans.
Yes. Not that I've been able to figure out the difference, but okay.
So it's Africans that moved to the United States, and we've had the privilege to obtain the U.S. citizenship, so they have the right to vote, and they can do, and they want to see, the good of this land. So can you please tell us about the position that you're running for in Jacksonville, Florida?
Well, Jacksonville has what's called a strong mayor government. We have a city council with 19 members.
Okay.
5 of those are at large, and the mayor is on the other branch of government. Okay. So I will be the executive branch, and the council will be the legislative branch.
Oh, okay. And this, you said it's when is this election again?
The election is March 21st, but early voting started today.
Early voting started today?
And with early voting, what I like for people to understand is you don't have to go to the precinct nearest you. If you're out and about and think about, I'm ready to go vote, you can do it at any of the polling places that are open for early voting.
Okay. Now, guys, let me tell you the reason why I really conducted this interview. I wanted to talk to Dr. Allen, not just for her being a great woman and not all of that, but it's the interest that she has towards Africa. We were able to host Dr. Allen in one of the African organizations here, where I am actually the vice president. And Dr. Allen was able to go speak to us some of the concerns, some of the interests that she has towards the African community here in Jacksonville, Florida. So, Dr. Allen, can you please just elaborate a little bit about your one of your interests? What are you looking for to work with the African community here and also back home in Africa?
Well, what I'm looking at is equity.
Okay.
I checked to see, after meeting with you all, I ran to see what we already had, see if there was something available that I could build on. Any associations that the city had established. I found Asian, I found Hispanic. I didn't find anything with any African Americans or African Americans, so I was like, well, that doesn't seem right. And I know that Africa is such a rich continent, and the countries there, the cities there are plagued with Europeans and Chinese and other nationalities coming in and removing the resources, but not working with you in such a way as to develop economic growth and development in those countries, and thereby bringing more wealth to the people there. And I think it's a travesty that you would have all of that wealth available to you in raw materials and not be able to benefit from it.
You see, and that's the thing. And the other thing that actually, when we met, we spoke about a lot of things. And we were talking about the sister city.
Yes, I'm interested in developing a sister city, and I said that I would rely on my friends that I have made with your organization to help me determine exactly what city in what country is best. And I look at the sister city as an opportunity to create a gateway for economic development in the different countries in Africa.
Oh, that's good. That's good because, by the way, we just not long ago, I think a couple of weeks ago, we were able to take about 15 Florida companies to Africa. Primarily, we went to Senegal. But by the way, and the other thing is, if you are able to operate in one African country, you're able to operate in about 17 African countries. So even when I travel, I have my African passport, which allows me to travel around West Africa without needing any visa. So that's why I can travel. I can just get up to there and travel. I don't have to get. So that when those companies knew those are opportunities that are open to them, if by them doing a business with one country, they're open to all those other countries, they were blown away.
Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am. So when we talk about business, when we talk about the expansion of American companies in Africa, Africa has always been a place where they will just go take goods and resources and leave the continent dry. For me, I call it like brain drain. So we have all the best students, the best individuals, doctors, lawyers. They leave from Africa and have to go to come to the Western world. And so I think for me, this is a time wherein this too can be taken back to Africa. Yes. Some of the African Americans that have businesses, have ideas. You must have started a business here. You might have done one or two things here that you can replicate over there. Right. And by the way, if you replicate that, it is even going to cause open more doors, financially, to your company. So when it comes to that, I just want you to just talk a little bit on that when it comes to the financial aspect of connecting with Africa, Jacksonville connecting with Africa, with all the means of transportations that we have here in Jacksonville.
Oh, Mo, as I say, Jacksonville is the best city in this country for commerce, in my opinion. We have every mode of transportation known to man here in Jacksonville. We have premier deepwater port, where in other ports north of us, it takes 2 tugs to turn a ship around. Jacksonville, we're wide and deep enough that it only takes one. Economically, that's an advantage. We have roadways. I-95 goes from Miami to Maine, running straight through Jacksonville. I-10 goes from Jacksonville to LA. We're only 2 hours away from I-75 that runs all the way to Canada. So, and then we have air. We can even take in the shuttle out at Cecil Field if it gets into trouble. So we have every mode of transportation known to man, and all of those things give Jacksonville tremendous potential. But I am just so tired of hearing people say that talk about our potential, I'm here to lead Jacksonville into reaching its greatest potential.
Wow, wow. By the way, we have a lot of Africans that are shipping goods from the U.S. to the continent. And I found out that we have a route here that can come from here, here to, Senegal, the port that we are straight. They don't have to stop anywhere. They can come from here straight there. And I was like, whoa, what an awesome opportunity.
That is.
Why are we not, utilizing this? And this is the reason why really I love the fact that we are having, this conversation. I don't want to call it an interview, but a conversation, because there are so many opportunities for African businesses to be able to do business in Jacksonville, Florida here. During our meeting that we invited you and you went out and spoke to us. By the way, she enjoyed our food.
I did indeed.
She was able to taste some of our local dishes, and we really had a good time. Some of the business owners there, one of the guys was talking here at $1 million or more than $1 million business during the COVID. Because of everything that happened, he was not able to access funds to get him going, so he had to sell his $1 million, over $1 million, well, he said about $7 million company.
Wow.
He had to sell it to a bigger company because he didn't have money to kind of keep his business afloat. So what do you have to tell somebody like that, that is living in Jacksonville here, from Africa to the United States, who is a U.S. citizen, but most of the time we don't know some of these opportunities? What do you have to tell that person?
I wish I was mayor at the time. Because, and I say that because Jacksonville actually received on the second round of funds that we received during the COVID relief funds, we received $160 million.
Wow.
And I reached out to the current administration to find out, to talk to him to see if we could do something for the entrepreneurs. And I was told things like, well, we've already set up an arrangement with one of the credit unions, with ViStar. And I'm like, but that's a setup for failure, because these people have been out of business and out of work for a long time. A loan only adds insult to injury.
That's true.
So like I said, I wish I had been in position at the time, but I was not. But I believe that I am to be the voice to and for the people in the sense of making sure that I draw down federal funds that are available for infrastructure, commerce, or whatever those funds are. I'll have a team in my administration that's their job, is to search out all of the funds that are available to us, state and national. And then my voice to you is to make it known that those funds are available. When I was the chair of the Northwest Jacksonville Economic Development Trust Advisory Fund, long name, I made sure that after a long time of not seeing anybody who looked like us coming in to get these funds, and I asked, why not? Nobody could tell me. I'm like, do they know? They're like, well, I don't know. I said, okay, well then I need the liaisons that the city had given our fund, our advisory group, the liaisons. I told them, I need you all to staff people to get out and knock on doors if necessary, to make sure that people know that these dollars are available. And once we started to do that, then I started to see more people, more African Americans come in. So I believe that making sure that information is disseminated to the community is my responsibility.
But you see, even when we were talking, we discussed how Africa is actually the most educated immigrant population in the U.S. here. We have the highest PhDs, the highest masters, the highest bachelor's degrees, and but it's not being heard in the news. Africans are more educated than the Europeans, than the Asians. We talk about Indian, Chinese, and all that stuff. But we are not. It's not being told in the media, and you see all these disparities, and that's why I say we need somebody somebody like you to be in those those places, those offices that will bring light to some of those things that minorities are facing. By the way, can you please tell us the history that you are about to make when you win this election?
Winning this election will make me the first African American female and first female mayor of Jacksonville. But I'm a no party affiliated NPA candidate. And I believe, I like to think the best of people. So I think that in past times, the past administrations, people came into it, with good intentions. But when you have allegiances to anything, any group, other than the people that you are sworn to serve and honor their wishes and do the will of the people, then it makes it difficult.
That's true.
But as a no party affiliated candidate, I don't have special interest groups or special interest individuals seeding into my campaign. I don't owe them anything. My only obligation is to the people of Jacksonville who will put me into office. We believe that my staff and I right now that's working with me believe that it doesn't take millions. In fact, one of my marketer is going to write a book on it doesn't take millions, and that's what I believe we're going to prove. That, and when you do that, when you operate that way, the absence of millions means the absence of strings and hooks. So there are no strings on me, there are no hooks on me. I'm free to do the will of the people.
But and to what that says is she requires your vote. Your vote. If you're in Jacksonville, if you're in Duval County, there's a way you can, volunteer. You can donate. Is it donate?
Yes.
Donate.
Contribute.
Donate, and all that.
Give money.
Give
is
money.
What that means.
Give money to our campaign, because guys, I know we are going to have small business owners in Jacksonville here, Africans that own businesses, doing big things here. You're going to be watching this video, so please, whatever way you can help, however you can, contribute to this campaign, please do what you can do to help, our Dr. Omega to attain that position, that place, because the reason I'm doing this is because you can represent our issues, you can represent our needs, and that will make people to know what we are going through and see solutions that can be, implemented. So now, guys, at the end of this video, you guys are going to see, we're going to put a link to Dr. Omega's website. She's going to give you some of the information if you want to donate, if you want to be a volunteer. So, but as she said, she's a no party affiliated candidate. Now, if you understand, of course, I know some, people from, around the world are going to be watching it. Now, this is what it is. In America, you have the Democrat, you have a Republican candidate, and you have independent. At first, I thought she was an independent, but do you know that an independent to her is a party? But she's not any of those. So imagine, the funding, the campaign, and all that stuff she has to do it, and that's why she needs your help. She needs your vote. I just wanted to spell that out.
Yeah, well, particularly on the national level, you hear them talking about crossing the aisle. I don't have an aisle. I can work with everybody. I think that's the good part of being no party affiliated. I'm not governed by the rules or mandates of any party. I'm not I'm not sanctioned by any of them. Only the people. And when you do that, because the parties have failed us, the parties they're all about the agenda of moving forward, the agenda of the party and not the people. And because of that, there's a decline in the two-party system. The strength and the power is in no-party affiliate, because when you don't have those hooks and strings, you can function for the people and by the people.
If it's a church, we say amen. but that's right, and that's why I commend you for what you're doing. Now, Dr. Omega, let's you were talking about sister city, right? How do you think the sister city? How do you want to implement that? When it comes to being able to connect, intertwine some of the cities or countries in Africa to the Jacksonville here, Florida, market.
Well, economic development, in my opinion, is a deterrent to crime. As I said, I'm a native of Jacksonville, and I came from an era when Black folk had businesses. We supported each other's businesses. We had, I think I was telling you once before that we had 4 theaters that were all Black. So we are accustomed to have, before consolidation, as we used to say, we had it going on. And we ended up with a lot of empty promises, and all of our own support system was diluted, as was our vote. So we've got to come back from all of that. So what I want to see happen is the kind of economic growth and developing a sister city connection with you all, and bringing your resources here, taking ours there, will serve as economic development for both. And I'm not afraid to talk about doing things with and for Black people, because that's what needs to happen. We have been neglected, and they like to put a time frame on it. For the last 60 years, it's been neglected before then. It's always been neglected. That's just the way it is in this country, unfortunately. But I think it's leadership that perpetuates that kind of activity, and I think it will be leadership that will stop it, and I will be that leadership to stop it.
Good. So guys, you hear what Dr. Omega is saying. That gap needs to be reduced, because I don't see how that gap is going to be taken away completely at a short period of time, because things have been happening for years,
forever,
for decades. So so it's going to take a while, but we have to start somewhere.
You do have to start someplace,
and that's why to have someone like you. By the way, guys, I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican, I'm not an independent. I'm just bringing you the information that I believe that is going to be helpful to you. Because when we have a meeting with Dr. Omega here, we had a round table, and we had food, we have all the we had time for us to discuss, and some of the issues. Some people were able to present some of the issues that they've had, being in this county, being in this city, and because I saw you were talking to a couple of them. So it just kind of really kind of show us how much you care about the African community. Now for me, what I'm doing is I'm exposing African companies and to the American market, and also American companies to the African market, and talking to you kind of makes it, there's hope.
Well, there is hope, and my marketing strategist can link up with you, and as a part of my administration, to help determine the best way to do what we want to get done, to assist. And it doesn't mean that we have to reinvent the wheel. Whatever assistance has been given, remember, my whole deal is equity. And if you could sum up who I am, what I do, my campaign and my administration with one word, it would be equity. So I figured, when I started looking into the associations that are already done, no need to reinvent the wheel. Do the same thing that they did with the Asian community, same thing that was done with the Hispanic community. Do that with the African community and the African American. I have a hard time differentiating African American, me, and African American. So I said, when I was listening to the gentleman at the meeting, and he was talking about the plight of the African, I was like, dude, that's the same thing that I go through. What's the difference? I don't, so you guys experience the same thing that we experience, and I think that when the absence of our history from your books and from your teachings as you were growing up gave you all this false sense of that we had arrived here in this country, that we were in the land of milk and honey,
Yes.
and everything was peaches and cream, if you will, for us. And then you got here and found out, oh,
It's not like
they got the same thing going on that we've got going. And so, I understand the plight because it is the same on both sides. Like I said, the only difference is the accent.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. But so Dr. Mega, I want you to please tell us about your campaign, how people can be part of the campaign, how they can go support. Just like I said before, can you just go ahead and talk to them?
Sure. My website is Omega Allen, the number 4, mayor.com. My email is OmegaAllen4, the number 4, mayor@gmail.com. On the website, there is a button that you can click to volunteer. It says Get Involved. You can volunteer. We're going to need volunteers, particularly on Election Day. We've chosen some key areas, heavily traveled areas that will need people to hold signs and wave signs and that sort of thing. You can volunteer there, and of course you can make a contribution there on the Contribute tab.
Oh, that's good. So guys, as you're watching us, subscribe, like, share this video, especially some of you guys that live in Jacksonville, Florida, in Duval County here, and you can of course donate wherever you are from. We can that cash can be received. So Dr. Omega, before even we close, I don't know if you have something else that you want to talk to, especially like the African community here in Jacksonville, Florida.
If you want your voice heard, I'm the person you're going to need to talk to. I am here to hear not just you, but all people, but especially you, because we share the same plight. Your vote counts. I need you to get out and vote. I need you. We need, all of us need you to get out and vote so that we can make a difference. And a difference is only made with a definitive plan, and I have one. Please vote Omega Allen, either now, because early voting started today, or March 21st.
So guys, you've heard her, you've heard Dr. Omega. Dr. Omega, it's a pleasure, it's a privilege for me to have you in our channel. And I know my viewers are going to be very generous with you because they see what you stand for and what you're going to represent once you get
Thank you,
that
Mama.
office.
Thank you so much for having me. And thank you guys for watching.
All right, guys. So have a nice one. We're coming back to you soon. Bye-bye.
Contact us if you are interested in joining IXV International.